Boys, how late is too late for sports to be on?
Okay. Come on. Come on.
Didi, I want you to go first because your answer is going to be completely different than ours because you're West Coast time on everything. So you don't deal with the struggles that we deal with here on the East Coast. So you're gonna say like 7 p.m. or something.
Honestly,
stupid.
In no way do I have it like you guys. I was trying to think about this because I saw Chris tweet something about that, right? And I was like, damn, like I really am just annoyed if sports go on, honestly, past my kids going to bed. Because that's when I want to like hang out with my wife and like watch something else or something we both enjoy, except for boxing. Boxing is the only thing that really I stay up for, but I'm really excited about boxing because it's one thing that I'm really excited for and I've been ready for it for like months. So like, but when it comes to football, like football's about to be over. We're recording this. It is 5 o'clock on the West Coast, 8 o'clock on the East Coast. It's halftime of Cowboys 49ers right now.
Yeah.
And neither of you care about those teams. So that's the reason why I'm wondering. It's like, if you don't care about the game or any, like how late is too late? It's kind of crazy. I don't know what to do to fix it. I just am like, I don't know. How late's too late?
Yeah. I don't care about the game, but like I do have like sports is my primary form of entertainment. So I would like to be able to watch a game to the end at some point, but it hasn't happened the last 2.5 years of my life. And I think for the next like 5, it's still not going to happen. Man, I don't know. I think I'm an outlier. Like you just said, like after the kids go to bed, my wife and I pretty much go to bed. So I don't think I'm a good one to answer this, but I would love randomly. I think sometimes there are like there'll be like a Penguins hockey game that they'll face off at 6 or 5 randomly. And then the game is over by 8 at the latest. That's my wheelhouse. Like, let's get it over with before all of that. But I know that's not going to happen.
Well,
sounds like you need the West Coast lifestyle there, Chris. That's made for you.
Yeah,
That's
I lived on the West Coast for 1 year, and there wasn't much I liked when I was out there, but I did like that like college football games started at 9 a.m. It was amazing. I woke up and like ate breakfast and watched college football. It was pretty dope. But yeah.
I mean, and I'm glad some sports are kind of trying to figure it out. I think for like the first time this year, the college football national championship kicked off a little after 7:30 and it's usually like 8:30. And it turned out to be like the worst game ever. So it didn't even matter. Right. But anyways, I'm like, thank you for taking care of the East Coast. Everything is so, you got to focus on the West Coast because people are getting off of work and stuff like that. But they've got 9 a.m. football. It's beautiful. They got football brunch. We don't have that. We're watching football through dinner. That's the Sunday here. So catch us a little bit break. I think if there's a game where there are teams that I care about, that thing has got to be wrapped up by 10 p.m. That is as late as I want to go. It's certainly not ideal because I'm with you guys. I'd rather have the evening to myself with my wife to watch non-sports, do other things. But if we're talking playoff type of stuff, my team type of stuff during the week, you cut it off at 10. That's as late as I want to go. After that, it's a gamble.
Yeah, I find myself just feeling bad for you guys. Because honestly, I'm like, it's just a lot. Like, it really is. And I guess for me, it's like, if I miss the kickoff of a game, like, I'm all right. Like, you can start the game at 7 o'clock. Like, I'm good. Like, if I miss it, I'm not home at 4 o'clock. I'm all right. I'll turn the game on when I get home. It'll still be in the first quarter. I'm good.
Yeah.
Right.
We're missing the end.
Exactly. I've always thought that about the West Coast. Like, they're trying to capture the West Coast audience. And I understand that. But like, at the same time, man, I know a little bit about the sports attitude out on the West Coast, and like people aren't gonna riot because you started the game and they missed a half hour of it on their way home from work. Like people are gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay.
In that portion of the people that miss the first part of the first quarter because they're on their way home from work, you shouldn't worry about, because you're losing that on the back end with the East Coast going, I gotta go to bed.
Right.
You're losing it. So just give it to us. Let us stay till the end. That's what's most important, is the end of the damn game.
I don't know what
the
the
NBA finals. The NBA finals and the World Series are just two championships that I realize I just won't be able to make it through. Won't happen. Those are the two that aren't budging. Hockey can get it done somehow, and the NFL's biggest game starts at 6:30, which is quite literally the perfect time for a kickoff. If we're not doing a daytime, if you hit prime time, quote unquote, thank you 6:36 kickoff for the Super Bowl.
Oh,
NBA finals, in the World Series, forget it. No chance.
You think it's perfect until your Super Bowl starts at 3:30. Then you're like, oh, that's the perfect time. There's no more perfect time than the time the Super Bowl starts. The Super Bowl is an afternoon event. Like, you're home by dinner time, basically, or whenever you feel like leaving, because that's how Super Bowl works.
Just then, like, if this is the logic of this is so stupid. If you put your biggest game of the season at a very specific, targeted, strategized time, why aren't you putting more games at that same time?
See, these are the questions that need answers, and we don't have them. But yo, it's the Brunch Breakdown. Didi out here in Los Angeles, Chris and Dan are in Pittsburgh, and today on the show, we are going to be going back to a topic that we talked about last week, and we're going to make it a lot more complicated. So I can't wait to talk about that. We're going to be talking about a product in our life. If they stopped making it, our lives would go in shambles. We're going to talk about that. And we got Brunch Court, the first Brunch Court of 2023.
Oh,
ladies
yeah.
and gentlemen, get your popcorn ready. Dan, let everybody know where they can find the Brunch Breakdown.
Yeah, absolutely. You can find the Brunch Breakdown literally anywhere podcasts are available on the internet, people. Apple, Spotify, Google, SoundCloud, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Audible, Good Pods, anywhere. Find where you want to find us. Hit follow, hit subscribe. That brand new episode every week comes to you every Wednesday. It'll download automatically to your device first thing as soon as it's ready. Take it on the go and listen away to the very new episode of the Brunch Breakdown. We also have full video episodes. We've got a loaded brunch court today, so there are some very key visuals you're going to want to get in front of a screen to see, to believe, instead of just hear. So you can find the full video episodes on our YouTube page and our Facebook page. They also premiere on Wednesdays, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Sounds like a great time to have a sporting event, by the way. Noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. And on demand anytime you want to watch after that. Of course, we're everywhere on social media at Brunch Breakdown. Find us there. Follow us. We follow you back. And don't forget the Sounds of Brunch, the playlist of what we're listening to each and every week. We give you what we're listening to last week, this week. We give it to you. We call it the Sounds of Brunch. You can find that exclusively on Spotify every Friday.
Beautiful. All right, Chris, get us started. Get it off your chest, man.
Thanks for the opportunity to go first. We are dealing with a little bit of cold weather here on the East Coast or the Midwest, whatever you want to call where Dan and I live right now. And that debate,
January.
That debate is for another. I know it's January.
Newsflash: water is wet, people.
Yeah. Okay.
It's January.
I'm gonna make a point. The point being, if you live in a different part of the country, you may not have the struggle of, like, when you're in the phase of life that I am in, where you have two young kids, but you want to go do stuff with them, your options are severely limited in the months of January and February in the region that Dan and I live. So we've done like pretty much all the stuff to this point since winter arrived. And we're kind of like running out of options. So we just decided to go to the mall. Had a few things we needed to pick up. We thought we could walk around with the kids. It would just be something to do. And I'll be honest with you guys, the first time I've been in a mall in a long time. I remember a while back, Didi had a topic about like being at a mall. And I think when we talked about that, I was saying like, man, I don't even know the last time I've been to one. Well, I went to one, and guys, I got to tell you, I was uncomfortable. I was highly uncomfortable. And this is not because of like last week where I said like, I don't, or maybe it's 2 weeks ago, I don't want to shop. Like, I just do not, that's not why, because we weren't even going there. There was no, hey, Chris, you got to try on this or that. No, we weren't doing that. I just get like, I just feel like I'm not supposed to be there. I feel like I'm not, like, I go back to being at the mall when I was in like high school, and then I see like those high school kids, but then I saw there were like a few people that were our age, but they were still like dressing and acting like we would have when we were in high school at the mall, and it just made me really uncomfortable. And I don't think I can go to malls anymore, man. I was just super uncomfortable the entire time we were there. I don't know if there's like, maybe it was just like the wrong day, the wrong mix of people. But the entire time I was there, I was just like, it's not for me. This is not an outing place. This is not a place that Chris Gates needs to be. I was very uncomfortable. Do you ever have that, like, where you get, like, you end up in a situation or in a place where it like reminds you of high school, and you're like, no, I don't need to be here.
Eaton Park. A little local humor for everybody.
Legit. That's actually interesting, because there are two situations. One is when people start talking about high school sports, I get very uncomfortable, because like then I just start thinking about like, what am I doing here? I'm not supposed to be here. People start talking about high school sports or their old high school exploits when they were in high school sport. Like, uncomfortable. And when I am at a place like Eaton Park, where you obviously stumbled across the place where kids go because they have nowhere else to go, and you just happen to be at this place at that time. It's like Red Robin after like 7 p.m. Like, you wish you were anywhere else in the world.
Well, maybe that's it. Maybe that's why I was so uncomfortable, because you're like, as a kid, when you didn't have a place to go, you went to the mall, and like we had no place to go, so we went to the mall. Like, maybe that's what put me back in that place.
Yeah.
I think we talked about, I feel like I brought a similar topic up a few months ago about a similar experience to you, Chris, about seeing kids in malls. And maybe me, I don't know if I brought up the idea, like, a lot of malls are shutting down and dying. Like, where are kids going to have places to go to just loiter?
Oh, right.
And just hang out?
Yeah.
Like, where are they going to go?
Well, bro, apparently it's the place for people our age with their kids to go, because like, you know how like when you walk through a mall, like there's always periodically like those little areas where kids can play. Right. So there was one that was like right next to a Starbucks at the mall at Robinson that we went to. And like there in this play place, like we let my kids run around for a little while, and it was a circle, and the circle was like benches all around the outside. And it was just all of these unbelievably tired looking parents with bags under their eyes, just like looking off into the void at nothing in particular. It was kind of like it was a depressing scene all around. I was not a fan of it. I don't think we're going to do that again.
What you need now, Chris, when you started this story, you brought up about it being cold and there's not many places to go. But if you catch a break on a somewhat warmer day, the outlet mall is a game changer. There's really not the incentive to loiter there for kids as much, because I noticed I've been the outlet mall a little bit more recently, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of comfortable, because like, what are they going to go and hang out outside for? They can hang out outside anywhere. Makes no difference.
That's a good point. You can walk around. So yeah,
the outlet mall. Yeah, right.
All right, that's a good one. I can't remember that tip.
Dan, get it off your chest.
Well, ironically, mine is also about shopping. But boys, we're talking grocery shopping today.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
Talking grocery shopping today. Okay. This past weekend, we ended up, typically we do our grocery shopping Thursday evenings, and we had a busy weekend. There's some things we had to get at one particular store. We couldn't get there Friday, couldn't get there Saturday. We just had to go on Sunday. We had no other time to go. Least favorite thing to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I'm going to offend a lot of people on this program, probably the two of you included, but it needs to be said. I may have said this a couple of years ago. It needs to be said as a reminder. Grocery shopping on Sundays is for amateurs and people who don't care about their own time. Straight up. It blows my mind how many people still go shopping, grocery shopping at the same time as everybody else on Sunday and are just so miserable the whole time. You have to avoid people in the parking lot so you don't run them over. It takes you 10 minutes to try to find a space. You're in there for an hour. You're waiting in line in front of everybody else. The aisles are crowded. You know what I mean? This isn't 2020 where we get to go in a grocery store and only one person can go up and down one aisle at a time. That was kind of nice if we look back on it, right? That was kind of nice. One-way traffic down the aisle. People, there are better methods to your routines. Everybody loves their routine. I love my routine. And the Sunday grocery shopping might be the most popular routine for the general population out there. These are life-changing methods that I'm hoping to give you here today. Maximize the time that you have, right? We all have the same amount of time, just use it in different ways. Spending over an hour most of the time, and in some cases, $100, $200, $300 at a grocery store on a Sunday ain't doing it, ain't maximizing it. I promise you, shopping on Sundays from an experienced grocer, the guy here, I'm giving it to you straight. It's the worst day to do it. Just plain old the worst. Everybody's busy in their different ways. I completely get that. But I guarantee you, I promise you this, getting away from Sunday grocery shopping, and for that matter, kind of some Saturday grocery shopping in that same window, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., changing that, getting outside of that routine will change your life and give you time back that you don't even remember having, that you'll wonder, why isn't there a sports game on right now? Because I'm at home with nothing to do. And it's just a beautiful amount of extra time. So I challenge you to find your ways to do it. Obviously, there's going to be a sacrifice somewhere. I don't want to get home from work and go to the grocery store on Thursday night. And then by the time we get home and done with everything, it's time to go to bed. I don't enjoy that. But I would rather do that on a Thursday than sacrifice 2 to 3 hours on a Sunday in a crowded grocery store. Just trying a little life advice out there.
Solid advice. I never grocery shop on the weekends, so it's always Friday or some other day. But I'm able to do that. I feel like most people can't do that though.
Friday night. No, you make a good point. Friday night is the perfect time to go grocery shopping. If you're not a going out type of thing, Friday evening is the best time to go grocery shopping. That's the secret.
Why aren't more people doing grocery pickup? That's what I don't understand. I haven't gone in and grocery shopped in forever.
You don't like shopping.
That's right. Thank you. See,
you always post pictures from Costco.
That's a different type of grocery shopping.
No, it's not.
Yes, that's not the grocery store. That's Costco, Didi. That's different. That's different.
There's no groceries in Costco. Forgot.
Does Costco do grocery pickup? I don't even know. We used to have them. I remember at the beginning of the pandemic, we had them do like the delivery. But yeah, Costco's different. But anyway, I agree with everything Dan said.
Solid.
Thank you.
And I don't want to offend anyone with this, but I need to get this off my chest because I've seen this way too many times over the past, 2 years. And anytime I just forget to bring this up and get it off my chest. But I don't have a Costco membership, right? No beef on Costco. Everyone, I like Costco. Costco's cool. Sam's Club, whatever. So the thing I don't get are the people who wait in line for gas. All right. If you get money off for gas at Costco, awesome. That is great. I've looked this up. I'm like, it's like 15, 20% off. You can get it times. Awesome. What I don't understand is why you wait in lines. And I'm not talking 1 car or 2 cars. I'm talking like 10 cars to the point where on the weekends, they literally have to have police out there handling all the traffic out there. That's how long these lines are. And I know people who might be offended if they see this or listen to the Brunch Breakdown, and some of them do sometimes, so this is going to be interesting. They do wait in line for the gas, and I just don't understand you. Like, you are not saving any money if you waited an hour in line for gas at Costco. Just think about it, because I was counting it. I timed myself on how long it takes me to get gas, right? And it's usually like somewhere between like 5 and 7 minutes it takes to do the whole thing, put the card in, all that stuff. So if you're back behind like 5 cars, 6 cars, all of this. And I don't know if it's like you just wait for one and if another person just like their card can't work and whatever, or they can't put their stuff in. You're waiting forever. People, do not wait in line for gas. Just go to the next gas station where there is no line, because there's no lines at gas stations ever. So you're not saving any money. People, Costco folks, stop doing that. It's a waste of time. You're not saving any money.
That brings us back to the age-old question of like, how valuable was your time, right? Is $15 worth 50 minutes? That's a lot of time.
That is a lot of time.
You know what I mean? Like you said, like 5 to 7, 10 cars there, 5 to 7 minutes per. I mean,
it's wild. Like you just look at the line, you're just like, what in the hell? And then it's like, and that's like me, like fast, like me by myself doing whatever. There are other people who like, I don't know, maybe they're older, they move a little slower, stuff like that. They're like, oh man, they put the card in, the card doesn't work, put the card in again, they pull the card out too fast. Like all this stuff adds time when you're behind however many people in line. I don't understand it. There is an amount of money for you. There is an amount of money for you to wait. But I'm telling you that 15 and 20% is not it. Because you're basically saving $1 off of gas. That's not it, guys. It's not.
And correct me if I'm wrong, like it's one way in and out of those gas stations at Costco, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And so people are usually like not willing to try to do, get the hose over the car to the other side. They're like, I got to get on my side. And so in often cases, you're probably waiting longer, foreign car, domestic car, whatever, because you got to be on your side with your pump. You can't go in 360 in there. There's 180 in there. It's just not as easy when you got a line of traffic, police in a one-way street.
Yup.
Dude, Chris, these Costco's in LA sound insane. There's no police at the Costco's here in Pittsburgh. So the situation sounds insane. That sounds insane.
It's wild, man. It's crazy. But just don't wait in line for gas, anyone. Please don't. Please don't.
Trying to enhance everybody's life experiences here today, so I hope that helped.
big shopping energy this brunch breakdown. Oh, all right, boys. Well, let's get into what we love to talk about the most. Beer. It's Brews Day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna go first here because I have something that maybe both of you have had. I feel like Dan, you may have, because I know you talked about going here. BrewDog. Yeah. BrewDog. That's the hotel, right? Isn't that the that's the hotel right
in Columbus.
Well, BrewDog has a beer called Elvis Juice that I'm about to try for the first time right now.
I've had that.
Grapefruit infused.
This is
I know.
This is a live first time taste test.
Live first time taste test. I saw this
juice,
in like the 6-pack area, and I was like, I have to try this because I knew the name right away, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try this. So
yeah, BrewDog legit, absolutely. Based out of Columbus. Here he goes. Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, the grapefruit. Oh, this is great. Oh, I was gonna say this is grapefruity. This is great fruit. Holy shit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Columbus brewed and driven by passion. Oh yeah. United by BrewDog. Shouts to you guys. This is what I'm talking about. Elvis juice. I don't know if Elvis likes grapefruit. Whatever. I'm down.
Yeah, usually Elvis themed foods are like the peanut butter banana like marshmallow. I feel like that was Elvis, or peanut butter banana. I can't remember what it is. That's usually the theme with foods. But Elvis juice by BrewDog, that's an excellent choice, my friend.
Yeah, this is great. So shouts to BrewDog.
There you go.
What are you sipping on, Chris?
What you got?
All right, boys. Today, I have a new one for today. This is from Youngblood Beer Company in Madison, Wisconsin. Okay. Shout out to my brother-in-law. Hazy IPA called Mr. versus Starship. This is one of the most interesting hazy IPAs I have literally ever tasted. And I've had my fair share of hazy IPAs. Okay. So a lot of times when I have a new beer, like I'll read whatever there is about like the flavor profile before I actually drink it. This time I did the opposite of it. So I drank it first and I was like, what am I tasting here? And then I went in to read about the flavor profile, and what they described like totally made sense to me. it's like kind of fruity when you down it. And I don't mean like the tropical fruity that we talk about a lot of the time. It's more like almost like a cherry fruit punchy on the way down. And the weird part about it was that on the way out, on the back end of it, it like almost tastes like wine. Like it's very, very strange. And so they say that it's Michigan Mackinac hops, which is like that fruity flavor. And then Hallertau, whatever that is. I don't know that word. German Hallertau Blanc, which sounds like wine, but that's the other, I guess, variation of hops that actually makes it taste like wine on the back end. So I feel like it turns out to be rather appropriate since, recently Dan's been talking about getting into the wine and everything like that. So we got an IPA that's a little bit wine infused for today.
I like that.
Yeah,
I'm in for that. And it leads me to something that I've been meaning to text Dan's wife about because she's into wine. I need to know this, and I need you to answer this question for me I don't know, like next week. Why is bourbon barrel aged wine better? It tastes so much better to me. I need to know why. Ask your wife.
Her answer is probably going to be because it's aged in bourbon barrels and bourbon's wonderful, but I'll get to the bottom of that for you.
All right. I just want to know why it tastes so much different. Like I've had so many, because there's this cab that I've been drinking that is aged in bourbon barrels, and I've drank lots of red wine in my life, and this just tastes different. Everything about it's different. I don't know. It's great. So I need to know.
Interesting. We've got some wine connections as well. In fact, today we had a white Pinot Noir, and again, not huge into wine, but Pinot Noir, typically red, and it was white. Quite exquisite. But we're here to talk beer. We're here to talk beer, right? I'm going back to the local scene. Haven't had a local brew on in a while, and I feel like I've shared this series before, but maybe not this particular beer. So this is from the good people at Hitchhiker Brewing Company. This is their Next to Normal series, which is their fruited coffee sour series. And this one it's a sour with blackberry and coffee. And you're saying, like everybody else is saying, what the hell are you talking about? Coffee sour makes no sort of sense. And no, it doesn't. Until you drink this beer, you get the sour like you would from the fruit, the blackberry, right? That makes sense. But it's just almost like the aftertaste of coffee, right? It's a very colorful beer. It doesn't look like a porter or stout, which is typically where you get, coffee in beer, but not with a sour. But it's almost like the aftertaste, just that little bit of that, after you have a sip of coffee and it just sits on your tongue there and you're just breathing that in, and it's absolutely beautiful, aromatic. You get that sensation from this beer in that kind of aftertaste, and it's magical. And I don't know how they do it. I don't know why they thought of it, but I love it. The Next to Normal series, sour blackberry coffee, beautiful thing.
The sweet can.
Yeah. They do no wrong in my book.
All right, well, boys, cheers.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
All righty. Well, let's get into the main menu. And right now we're going to revisit a topic from last week, because Dan hit us with like a 1-2 combination right to the face last week at the end of the episode. So Dan, tell people what they're about to witness.
Yeah. So if you missed us last week for any particular reason, stop, pause, go back, listen, and resume where we are right now. But anyways, to bring you up to speed, we had a variety of topics last week. The first was favorite pizza style. We were looking at New York, Chicago, St. Louis, and Detroit. Another topic was which 3 celebrities would you want to drink Trulies with? And we have a graphic, which we'll share again, of these completely random assortment of celebrities. The other was based on Antonio Brown and how long could you stay in your house without leaving, but you're able to have people over, but just not be able to stay or not be able to leave your house. And so kind of thought about putting that topic all together into one and thought, how long could you stay in your house or a house with 3 of the celebrities you pick from the Trulies list, drinking Trulies, and what style of pizza. If you can only have one style of pizza, or maybe that's the only food you get, what style of pizza are you choosing to have for as many days, weeks, months that you can last in this reality show of a household? So that is the combo platter of all of our topics from last week into one grand one.
I just wonder how we're going to do this like every week now. We're just going to combine all the topics into one thing. All right. Throw this graphic up, Chris. Show the people what they're looking at.
All right. Here are the choices.
So, Dan, you go. Go for it.
Yeah. So just again, if you don't have the visual in front of you, if you're just listening, the celebrities are Rob Gronkowski, Nicolas Cage, John Daly, Pete Davidson, Lindsay Lohan, Dennis Rodman, Miley Cyrus, Britney Spears, Scott Stapp, The Rock, Ryan Cabrera, and Paris Hilton. So the 3 celebrities that I'll start off with in this combo are different from what I chose last week. And I'm going to go with, I still am sticking with The Rock. Too fascinating of an individual. He's probably the most tolerable of anybody in this group for an extended period of time. And I feel like I would learn a lot from The Rock. I'm also going to stick with John Daly just because I feel like even though, you know, he's won a major, he's a good golfer. He's never historically like the best golfer, right? I feel like if I'm stuck at home with John Daly, I'm going to pick up a thing or two to improve my golf game at some point along the way. So I think I got to stick with John Daly for that reason. And my third celebrity that I would be stuck in a house with, eating pizza, drinking Trulies, I'm going with Paris Hilton. And I don't have a great answer other than I feel like everybody else would just annoy the living hell out of me. And I feel like that kind of period of her life is not what it used to be. And thanks to Didi shedding the light on the commercial last week, and I finally got to see it, I would just want to reenact and talk about the Paris Olympics commercial over and over again. And I think that would just be hilarious. But aside from the fact that I think all these other people would just annoy me way too quickly, and the game would be over within 24 hours. So for lack of a better answer, Paris Hilton, John Daly, and The Rock.
Dude, this is so hard. Like, it's so hard. But for me, because I don't want to pick the most boring people, because then I would want to be out in 24 hours. That's the problem with this, too. It's like, I can't just pick the most boring people here. But, like, I, too, am going to go with The Rock. But then I'm going to go with Miley Cyrus and Pete Davidson.
Whoa.
Here is why. I'm going to go with The Rock because The Rock is, like, very even keel. When The Rock, if Pete and Miley start acting a little weird, a little crazy, a little too loud, if The Rock speaks, everybody listens, everyone shuts it down. All right? But Miley and Pete will always be ordering food because Pete smokes a lot of weed, and I feel like Miley's not that far behind. So there will be lots of food around to keep the things going. So if we can keep it quiet after The Rock gets angry, and we can always have food around to drink our Trulies with, I think I could rock with those 3. So The Rock, Miley Cyrus, Pete Davidson. I feel like I could last a solid month with that group.
Interesting. A month.
I could do it. A month.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Like, I appreciate the thought you guys put into this. Like the minute that you guys reminded me of what this topic was, my answer was like, I'm out day one. It doesn't matter what combination of people you give me. I'm out day one. Guys, like, can we be honest? Like, celebrities are weird. They're weird people. Like, celebrities are, and it's not like they're all like weird in this one way. They're all uniquely weird in different ways that are specific to them. The most normal people in this graphic are Scott Stapp and Ryan Cabrera, who really aren't celebrities. Okay. And that's why they're normal. It's because they're not really celebrities. Everybody else on this list, I would not be able to handle 24 hours with them. I don't care what flavor Truly's. I don't care what style of pizza. I don't care what size mansion you put us in. I would not be able to do it. So it doesn't, like the 3 I picked last week were Lindsay Lohan, Britney Spears, and Paris Hilton, because what I thought was for a night, for 3 hours, I could find out what their crazy years were truly about. I was not in this to live in a house for an extended period of time and eat pizza. Okay. I was not trying to go Antonio Brown with anybody on this list. So the answer is I'm out. I'm out already. I'm out.
So Chris, not even a day. Didi,
Not
a
even
month.
a day. Oh yeah.
My limit on the house topic last week was 2 weeks. And I think if we throw all these topics together, it's still probably in that window with these celebrities. We're eating New York style pizza because it's the most crushable. As much as I talked about how great Detroit style was last week, 2 days of Detroit style pizza and you're done. You're toast. Wheelbarrow me out from room to room. So New York style pizza with those three. And I can maybe get 3 weeks is pushing it. It'd really be pushing it. I don't know if I could go. I'd go longer than Chris. I don't know if I'd go as long as Didi with a month. It'd be a challenge. No doubt it'd be a challenge.
The Detroit style pizza crust soaks up all the alcohol. Telling you, I could get the best.
You'd still go with that pizza for a month?
I think so.
Didi, you have not thought this through.
I thought I did
so.
until Dan mentioned the pizza part, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta say something about the crust can soak up alcohol. I hope. Okay, maybe 3 weeks now that I'm thinking about the pizza I'm going with.
Forgot about the pizza. Make it 3 weeks.
Yeah, good. Jesus. All right. Well, Chris, you had a topic you threw in the chat. Let everybody know what's going down.
Yeah, man. So I feel like I typed it out really well. So let me look up what exactly I said. What product in your life, if they stopped making it, would drastically alter the course of your life? I think about this all the time because there are certain things, I think everybody has certain things that like you consistently use, whatever it may be. And I recently had a conversation over the holidays when we were in Wisconsin with my wife's cousin, who he was saying like, he really only gets like shirts and pants from this one company. And if like that company ever goes out of business, like he's completely screwed.
Holy
and I was
shirts
like,
and pants.
Amazing.
And I was like, dude, like I have similar things. And then, we were putting together a grocery list and like some of the things that I was thinking about were on there. And I was like, oh, this might be a good topic. So I wanted to hear from you guys if there's certain products that stick out to you. And like, let's be clear. By product, I don't mean like chicken,
like soap. Yeah.
Or like,
Yeah.
I mean like unique products. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
I got it. Hoodies. If all of a sudden there was a ban on hoodies, it would drastically alter my life and lots of people's lives. Actually, this whole podcast is sponsored by hoodies. And it would alter, like, could you imagine if you couldn't go to your closet and throw on a hoodie? Think about that.
Yeah.
Because can I live without a hoodie? Yes, I can live without a hoodie. Can I go, like, you know what I mean? It's not like food or water or whatever, like the stuff that, like, you're saying, like, yeah, we can't have water, we all die. Like, we get it, right? But no, if I, like, it would really mess me up if I couldn't throw a hood on. Like, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. So, like, yeah, hoodies, first thing that comes to my mind right away.
That's a good one.
That is a really good one. One of the items I'm going to go with is something we're all using right now and probably use pretty frequently outside of the hour that we get to spend with each other each and every week. And that's headphones, gentlemen. Headphones. If they stopped making headphones and they went away, and if I couldn't listen to music or podcasts privately, just about anywhere I wanted to be, whether it be an airplane, the grocery store on a Sunday, anywhere. If I If I could only listen to music or podcasts in an open environment, my car, I'd lose it. I'd lose it. I need headphones at all times. I quite literally have headphones on me at all times, and that would be life-changing in a very negative way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Wow.
So here's one for me. If the great people at Tony C's stopped making their Creole seasoning, my entire diet would go to absolute shit. It's hard for me to explain how integral that seasoning is on the overall health and wellness of your boy. And they just need to not. I think about this all the time because, like, you get a canister of Tony C's, it lasts you for a while. And then every time I get to near the end of the canister, I have to go order it. Like, sometimes it's not the easiest thing to get because grocery stores don't have like 100 of them on the shelf at all times. You know, they have like 10 and they go away. And so sometimes I've been in like a pinch where I'll have like a week where I don't have it. And I'm like, oh shit, this is what life would be like without this thing. Okay. But it always comes back. If it never came back, I would be absolutely heartbroken. I would be wrecked. Okay. So Tony C, thank you for everything that you do. Please don't stop.
Amazing. Oh my God. Yeah. Honestly, seasonings in general are a big thing too, because that's just, I like the best thing about since I got my house, I was like, oh my God, we were looking at the cabinets when before we bought the house. And I was like, oh my God, I've got a whole cabinet for my seasonings. This is incredible. This is honestly the coolest thing ever, right? If I didn't have my seasonings, I would lose my mind. And during the pandemic, some of my seasonings I couldn't get. So like, it was not fun. So I get it. I get it with the seasonings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Jack Daniel's steak seasoning is like my shit right now. If you see that in the grocery store, I'll pick it up. Promise you. Solid.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Another one for me is it's become more recently a necessity to life. Liquid IV. And for those that are not familiar, it's like an extreme hydration powder, basically, with some electrolytes, and it's the equivalent of 3 bottles of water. And as someone in their mid-30s who enjoys beer, enjoys liquor, enjoys wine, that, my friends, prevents the hangover like nothing else I've ever experienced. And it has changed my life for the better. And if that went away, those days, I am over those days. I would just say that. I am over those days. But thanks to Liquid IV.
Shout out to the people at Liquid IV.
Yeah.
Just making people's lives better, man.
Yes. Yes.
Just doing yeoman's work.
They're advertising on commercials, just like people that are, hiking and stuff like that. I'm like, get this shit out of here. That thing just prevents hangovers and it's wonderful. Use that. Pedialyte embraced it, right? With the dad in the middle of the night, little girl, that's mine.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, no, go back to bed. Daddy needs a Pedialyte.
Oh my God. All right. I got 2 more. I'll do them really
Go for
quick.
it.
One of mine is another topping for my food. And I don't know how to probably say this the right way, but Herdez guacamole salsa is, once again, if they stop making that, I'm going to be ruined. Please don't stop making it. And this other one is only because like it's actually a staple item that probably shouldn't be open for discussion in this topic, but it's actually really hard to get right now because like the bird flu took out all the chickens. Apparently, have you guys been paying attention to this? It's really hard to get eggs
because of the bird flu. Yeah,
it's really hard to get eggs. And if this bird flu pandemic just takes them all out, it's not gonna be good.
Yeah, eggs are up like
yours
60%.
Is just the egg. Yeah. Egg would be rough.
But I guess if they take out all the chickens, then I would want the chicken. But I said you can't put chicken on the list. Whatever. I don't know. Yeah. It's a weird time we live in.
It really is.
That's like coffee. Coffee is like a staple too. But like, if coffee was gone, what are we living for? What are we living for without it?
Dan's
See,
just
Dan, I
dying.
thought you would have said
Yeah.
like pumpkin spice. If people stop.
Oh,
making
well, yeah.
pumpkin
Now I did
spice.
have it on the pumpkin spice. I didn't know if that was too generic. If you were going to allow it, pumpkin spice I'd be miserable. I'd be absolutely miserable without pumpkin spice and hair gel. That's the last one I had.
I
Yeah.
thought you were gonna put hair care products on this. I really did.
I mean, this is essential, people. I don't want to live without that.
essential
That's-
every day.
Owen, I have two more on mine. Speakers, because I love high quality speakers. So if all of a sudden they were just like well, speakers can only cost this much money. You can't just do it. I love speakers. I love my sound to sound perfect. I can't stand it when people play music from their iPhones. It sounds like trash to me. I'm like, my ears just hurt when it happens. So speakers, that's a big one. And Levi's 512 jeans. If they stopped making the Levi's 512, and I'll throw the 511 in there too, but really it's the 512. They stop making that one, and I have to just buy bootcut jeans. I'm done. I'm done. I'm cutting my legs off. I'm done. It's over. The Levi's 512 is the best thing ever made. I love that jean so much that I could cry just talking about it. The 512. My life is altered bad because it's either boot cut or super skinny. Boot cut, there's no in between. There's no in between. You go to 513 or 510. 512 and 511 are gone. I don't even want to talk. I can't even talk about it.
If you are out there and you catch Didi wearing bootcut jeans, you know things have taken a turn for the worse.
Big time. I lost my family. I lost my kids. Everything. Like I lost it all.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm wearing bootcut jeans, it's done.
He's the second to last man on earth. That's what you're witnessing right there.
For sure. I'm Will Smith and that dog, and fucking I am legend. I am me. Good God.
Oh.
Well, Dan, Brunch Court, let's go. First Brunch
Let's
Court
go.
2023.
Brunch Court's back. First Brunch Court of 2023. Loaded people. We haven't done this since before the brunchies in 2022. So let's fire them up, Chris. Let's start with the big one here. There's this little soda graphic there, pop, if you will, with Sierra Mist and what is now being called Starry. So if you haven't heard, Sierra Mist, RIP, RIP, gone, out, completely being remade, rebranded as Starry Lemon Lime flavored soda. You're asking yourself, why? Why kill Sierra Mist? That's because Sierra Mist couldn't make, not let alone a dent, a scratch in the Sprite market. So this is the answer. We got to go after Sprite. We got to get more people off of Sprite. They're not drinking Sierra Mist. Here's a Starry. So apparently the formula has been tweaked a little bit to taste more like Sprite, of course, more lemon lime flavor. Haven't had the chance to try it yet. Haven't actually seen the product itself yet, but it's hitting shelves. I don't know if this is a sensitive topic for one of you that's like, I know Didi likes Sprite, so I don't know his thoughts on Sierra Mist, but Sierra Mist out, Starry in. Daniel Dudley, let me go to you first.
Listen, all I can think about here is like, okay, listen, Sierra Mist isn't Sprite, but like you get what it's just what you have to drink if you have it sometimes, right? The name is dumb. It's who came up with this name?
Yeah.
Starry? At least Sierra Mist is just like, yeah, right, that's fine. Like it sounds like it's something, right? Starry? That's what you came up with? Starry. Sprite wins again. I don't know.
Yeah. Say why kill Sierra Mist? Sierra Mist killed itself. That's what happened. Okay.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I always thought Sierra Mist was fine. I never understood the name Sierra Mist, if I'm being honest. So I don't understand the name Starry either. But I mean, if nobody bought the one thing, what are they gonna do to get people to buy the other thing? They got to get like LeBron or The Rock in their commercial. Otherwise, nobody's going to buy it.
dude, Starry looks like the Sprite alternative at Aldi.
Yeah, like Mr. Pibb.
It does. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it just doesn't seem.
Man.
It's like, oh, this is what you get at this store. Okay, cool. Like that's that brand of Sprite, and you buy that if you want to. But like, that's what it just looks generic. I don't know. Like,
yeah,
it's just weird, man. Guilty. This is bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah. Guilty. No, that's beautiful. That's perfect. That's a perfect analogy with that, Didi.
Yeah.
Let's, since we're on the topic of Sprite, bring up the Tic Tacs, Chris. That's right. Launching in May, Sprite, lemon lime flavored Tic Tacs.
How worried is Sprite about Starry? They're making Tic Tacs. They do not care. They do not care.
Sprite just pulled up from half court and just said, "Don't give a shit." Like
Yeah,
that's just what happened. Like
they are Steph Curry right now. They don't
like
give a shit.
The marketing campaign for this should be like, after you had a shitty Starry to drink and you need a Sprite Tic Tac.
Right.
It's like, drop these in your Starry and see what happens.
Yeah, like the Miller Lite drops, right? This is to save the day with your Sprite. Save the day from your Starry. Have a Sprite Tic Tac. This is genius. Launching in May. This is a win for me. This is a win for me. It couldn't be timed any better.
They did this with Coke too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is funny. After, honestly, I would say something bad about this if I hadn't seen Starry earlier. Now I'm just like, Sprite, do what you want. Have fun.
Yeah.
I feel like this is not that far out of Tic Tac's lane, right? They have flavored Tic Tacs, so to put Sprite on it, I guess it makes sense. They probably already had this flavor, so
sure.
Go for it.
Yeah, makes sense. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, all on the same page there. Let's get weird now, right? Let's get weird. We were talking about things that would change your life if they stopped making them, and we took out some of those, essential products. One of those is deodorant. Obviously not that we're going to pick deodorant, but it certainly would change your life. This deodorant, however, might change your life in a bad way. This is from the Native brand. This is absolutely real, people. Currently available at Target, candy scented deodorant. I wish I was joking.
Wait a second.
Image
so
that
it's not food?
No.
I thought this was like candy shaped like deodorant, but this is deodorant that smells like candy.
Smells like candy. And so as you see in the picture on your screen, the two gummy bear scented, sweet cinnamon hearts scented. Then there's two others, sour berry belts and strawberry and vanilla taffy scented deodorant, now available at Target. Put yourself back in time as a high school girl, guys. And is this like the lip balm thing, right? Where the flavored lip balms? I don't know.
Okay, I can't put myself in the shoes of a high school girl, but I can put myself in the shoes of a college man. And I will tell you this. If you get lucky enough, you take a girl home, goes back to her place, and, you're getting intimate, and all of a sudden, you smell gummy bears? Just saying. It's kind of nice.
Wow, I didn't think you were going to come at it from that angle,
Just
but
saying, you know what I mean? You've been sweating all night, dancing at Matrix or whatever, and all of a sudden, ooh, you smell that gummy bears? And not just like regular ass Degree? Telling you. It's on.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to put myself in the shoes of me now and say this is stupid. Why are we
always living in reality? Always just living in reality.
Yeah, why are we going back in time here? This is me judging on this thing right now, and no, I'm never.
But not for you. For who this is for, and apparently, in Didi's world, it's for college-age individuals who might be, a little schvetty.
So where I thought Dee Dee was gonna go with this was like, imagine like you bring the girl home and then she sees this thing and she sees that you wear gummy bear deodorant.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
On the nightstand or whatever. Like, that's okay. Are you 12?
Then it's the opposite. It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not so good.
I don't think it's good.
But yeah, if she's the one wearing it, and maybe, you're doing the reverse snuggle where she's got your arm around you and you're kind of below the shoulder, the collarbone area there, and you're just wafting.
This
hey,
is so weird.
It's just gummy bears.
This is one of the weirdest
fantastic
things. This is a weird topic.
I didn't think I'd be as kind of in favor as I would be until Dee Dee brought up some really great points. So
see, listen,
would you guys stop sniffing armpits? What the hell is going on?
Listen, I'm just saying. Listen. Dan, just tell Shannon not to wear any sweet cinnamon hearts. All of a sudden, you'll be looking
Valentine's
for
Day is coming up.
That's what I mean. Be careful. All of a sudden, number one will be coming. Just be careful. And Chris, Katie wears some gummy bears. Kids go to sleep a little early.
Yeah.
Announcement on the Brunch Breakdown will be number 3's on the way. Just telling you, man.
Yep.
Telling you. Nope. Telling you.
I love it.
If I see this in my house, I'm moving.
We just let's go to
all right. Let's go to number 4 quickly here. Yeah. Disclaimer.
Yes.
Before I tell everybody what it is that's listening, these are only available in the United Kingdom, and there is no current plan to bring these to the United States as of today. These are Burger King flame grilled Whopper flavored Doritos. That's right. Burger King flame grilled Whopper Doritos. We do a lot of chips on this segment of this program. This is pretty unique. Again, only available in the United Kingdom as of right now. No plans to bring it to the United States. However, if there's enough demand, maybe, just maybe, they will listen. Oh, and what do I see? I just seen this now. Free Whopper meal.
When you buy a meal at Burger King.
When you buy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Free Whopper meal with purchase. Wonderful. Guys, Doritos, Burger King Flame Grill Whopper. What do you think?
Yes. 100%. I love
Really?
Whoppers. I love Burger King.
Whopper, Junior, Whopper, chicken.
I love Burger King. I love it. I'm all in. Burger King was said at my wedding and by the pastor at my wedding. Burger King is it. Burger King.
I guess I just don't understand, like, what part of the burger is it going to taste like?
All of it.
The whole thing, apparently.
I'm in.
Because it's different if it's like like the Big Mac has a special sauce, and like I would think that it would be flavored that, but a Whopper is kind of just like it just tastes like burnt chips. Like I don't like what's going on here.
That's my fear, is that you get the flame kiss on the Whopper, right? Burger King's known for that, using the actual flame broiler and whatever. I feel like these could be a little burnt-y, a little flamey, and in a bad way. That's what it worries me a little bit about, that flamey flavor in a bad way with this chip. I would certainly be intrigued and willing to try it, but I don't know.
Burnty.
Yeah,
I'm all for this. Give it to me. I'm going to be looking for these on eBay now.
Dan's worried about the burnty, flamey flavor.
Burnty flamey.
Man.
And that's Brunch Court, boys. Welcome back.
Always great. Love Brunch Court. Brunch Court's the best. Boys, let's get into music. What are we listening to? I am going to get us started. I had all Coachella picks. I could do that this week. I'm not gonna do it this week. I promise.
No, you're lucky I put those on the playlist, by the way. You're lucky I did that.
I'm not gonna do it this week, but there's a song that kind of hit me this week. By this band Half Alive. And you guys know Half Alive?
Big fans, Half Alive, seen them live.
Have you really?
Very good. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Their album they put out in December, super good. A song called Did I Make You Up? showed up on an Apple New Music playlist this week, and which was a big deal to them, I guess, because they posted all over the social media, and I'm just finding out who these people are. So what did I make you up is amazing, and their whole album, what's it called, Conditions of a Punk, is super cool and weird and interesting, and I'm a big fan of them now. So Half Alive, check it out. If you like the song I said, then listen to the rest of their catalog. It's great.
Yeah, and must see live because there's dancing involved. It's wild, man. A great sound, a great live performance. Good pick. Okay, I'll go next. Arlo Parks dropped a new song last week. Yeah, she became big over the past, it's probably been year and a half now, with her song Softly is really what drove her into some stardom. And so she released a song called Weightless last week. And I mean, she's just got a really, really bright future in the genre. It's kind of alternative meets groovy R&B meets pop, and it's just really, really well done. Her sound's fantastic. So check out Arlo Parks and Weightless.
Nice. You guys ready for a song from the 80s?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Wow. Let's go. All right. Today's beer that I drank is named after the band Starship, very popular band in the 80s for their song We Built This City. So let's put that on the playlist today.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like it.
Why not? Like I think it's a
Different
very
style
underrated 80s rock song. So we'll go with that.
On rock and roll.
All right. I'm going to go with somebody who I said I would live in a house with for a month. Miley Cyrus, Flowers. This chorus to this song with the bass guitar is so good. I can't wait to get to the chorus. I was trying so hard this week to think of a song that I just couldn't wait to get to the chorus, because I don't care what she's singing about. Like, I don't really care about Miley's past relationships. I don't care about the Hemsworth brothers or anything like that. What I do care about is this damn chorus, and it's so good. And just this bass guitar, the guitar line in that song is so freaking good, and it just grooves, and you just feel so good. Then you just want it to come back again. I wish it just stayed the whole song. I just need the chorus on a loop for 4 minutes. That's probably maybe I'll do that myself this week in like GarageBand or something. I just need that for 4 minutes, because god damn is it good. So shouts to Miley Cyrus, Flowers.
You make a good point about not caring about like the meaning of the song or anything. Like, have you seen the video of the back and forth between in the chorus of what she's saying in the Bruno Mars song, which was like basically the antithesis of the chorus?
Yeah.
It's very interesting, and it makes me think, why in the hell haven't we been writing songs like that the whole time? It's easy. You're writing the opposite of everything anybody else is saying, and it's a genius song. It's a genius song. Next one for me is from an artist I just discovered. His name is Blake Rose. He's a singer-songwriter from Australia, and his song Use Me is the one I just found. And it's just a really good alternative pop song. And like the chorus is almost like summery. It's kind of weird to hear in January, but it kind of, when that chorus comes on, it kind of makes me think, I mean, this should be windows down, 80-degree day, that type of vibe. So I can't wait to dive in a little bit more about his music, kind of up and coming. He's very young, but Use Me by Blake Rose. Check it out.
Nice. Next one for me is from Russ. Russ is a rapper that apparently everybody knows about. I found him on TikTok. So thanks to you, TikTok. But I'm going to take us right to the present, boys, because he released a song last week. It's called Put You On Game. I don't know, man. Like, the intro is super catchy. The hook is super catchy. I really like the beat. And I think you guys will like it.
I like Russ. Russ really good. I like Russ a lot. And Russ is not known by everybody, but when Russ comes to your city, he sells out the biggest place in your city, and you're like, who the fuck knows Russ? How is he selling out 2 nights at Staples Center? It makes no sense. He's completely independent. He's just has a insane following, and does a bunch of stuff for fans, and he's an interesting guy too. Like, if you happen to go across any interview with him when you're bored on YouTube or something, Russ is an interesting person. It's like,
he talks a lot about that, about how like more people should just be independent. And like, he talks about how he has produced me. He's one of those people who on TikTok, like, just put out a song a week for like years. And like, if you do it at that volume, you're eventually going to land on like 10 or 15 that blow up. And like, he's blown up now. So yeah, I like him a lot.
All right. My last one here is Julia Wolf. I love Julia Wolf. I've been putting her songs randomly on the playlist for the last like 2 years, and she just put out a new album, and it's 10 songs, and it's really freaking good. I don't know what song I'm going to put on here, but Rookie of the Year is a song that I love. Sorority Girls was really good, and she's got a song with Black Bear on here called Gothic Babe Tendencies. It's really good too. She's awesome.
Yeah.
So check out Julia Wolf. Don't mistake her for Julia Fox. Julia Wolf is who you're looking for.
Before I give my third and final one, I've been waiting on this one, but Chris, I need you to give me the first initial of the artist of your last song. Just the first initial.
The first initial of Russ?
The first letter of your final song that you're going to give us.
Oh, of the
I have
two.
The artist.
I have two final.
Give me both letters.
Artists.
Give me both letters.
Jesus Christ. Just say it.
S and F.
Okay, well, I'm taking one of them. Fall Out Boy, Love from the Other Side. I don't feel bad because you have two songs. I'm assuming that's one of them. Brand new Fall Out Boy out this week. New album coming in March. I cannot wait. Good stuff. I just wanted to give you a chance. I tried to wait till the end. I was giving you a chance, but you had a bonus track. I had one too, so I don't feel as bad. Fall Out Boy, Love from the Other Side.
That's perfect. Well, you're not wrong. Didi asked me to have one song from 2003 on every playlist so far this year, and I was going to put Fall Out Boy, Dead on Arrival, because that came out in 2003.
Wow.
That's actually the song that had me find Fall Out Boy on an Atticus sampler. Atticus was the clothing brand that Blink-182 had in the early 2000s, and I found Fall Out Boy on one of their sample CDs. So I want to put that on there. And also, Didi talked so much about speakers that I decided we're going to put Speakers Going Hammer from Soulja Boy on the playlist this week. Bammer, bammer, bammer. Let's go.
Let's go. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, that's what we are listening to. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check out that playlist every Friday on Spotify. Boys, any final thoughts on the Brunch Breakdown?
I think the football game's still going on.
We're approaching too late for sports on the East Coast right now. Change it, people.
That's the Brunch Breakdown. We're out.